To understand Islam and the Muslim world more, buy my book, The Curse of God, Why I Left Islam. Available in all your online favorite bookstores. Hi guys, this is Sultan, the ex-Muslim atheist. Today's video is a little bit funnier than usual, but I may also warn you that watching this video in its entirety may give you some serious bouts of depression after knowing that such idiots also exist on our planet. No, I'm not talking about the flat earth believers, or the moon landing was a hoax, or 9/11 was an inside job, or my favorite, that the royal family of England are a bunch of alien reptilians. Yes, you guessed it right. I am talking about those Muslims who say silly stuff about ex-Muslims. Guys, it's a part of human nature that when a child is brainwashed or raised with a certain idea and he grows up and finds out a counter-argument against his existing belief, he lashes out. He lashes out in a very emotional way. Those emotions might include anger, hatred, jealousy, and in response of their frustration, they come out with some of the silliest things that you would ever hear. For example, when a Muslim child is raised with the belief that Muhammad was the most peaceful man on earth, they give those children some bullshit stories like, there was a woman in the time of Muhammad in Quraysh who used to throw rubbish at Muhammad. And by rubbish, I don't mean some empty packets of chips or some scrap paper, but actually intestines of animals or rotten fruit or meat. So this is how the story goes. This woman used to throw rubbish at Muhammad, and Muhammad was so used to getting this rubbish thrown at him that he never thought about changing his way or avoiding that alleyway from where this woman used to throw rubbish at him. So as per usual, he was going by his business, and today this woman didn't throw rubbish at him. So out of curiosity, he went up to find out why this woman didn't throw rubbish at him, only to find out that this woman was severely sick. So our peaceful and kind prophet started looking after the woman. This woman was so impressed by the kindness of Muhammad that she embraced Islam. When these kids grow up and come across videos of people like us, they get shocked and react with disbelief. When I challenge these Muslims to find me any credible source that confirms the existence of this story, they come back with insults. So I'm going to discuss some of those insults with you today in this video. These insults are very funny, but let me warn you again, extremely idiotic. So number one, my favorite one. You are a Zionist agent. How much Muslims hate Jews is no secret. They come up with all kinds of conspiracy theories to prove that Jews are some evil beings or the army of the devil. You all might have heard of the famous conspiracy theory that when 9/11 happened, 3,000 Jews disappeared, somehow showing that those Jews were responsible for 9/11. I keep telling these people that there were Jews, Christians, Muslims, everyone suffered on that day. Everyone got killed. But they don't want to believe that. Again, they react with disbelief. These Muslims are genuinely incapable of believing that there could be Muslims out there who read the Quran, the Hadith, the Seerah of the Muhammad, which is the biography of Muhammad, and start doubting its credibility. They think that since Muhammad was perfect, Quran is a literal word of God, therefore these people who are doubting the credibility of these texts must be Zionist agents. When you ask them for evidence, just like there's no evidence for their God, there's no evidence for this conspiracy theory either, but they still run with it. So if you're a Zionist and looking for agents, well, my Patreon is in the description box. You get accused of supporting people like us, may as well support us. Number two, you are doing it to gain acceptance from the white community. Like the white community doesn't accept you unless you abuse Islam. I guess Jacinda Ardern, the New Zealand Prime Minister, the white New Zealand Prime Minister, who's the favorite darling of the Muslim world these days, also wants me to abuse Islam to gain acceptance. Or when I go and play cricket in my cricket club, I have to tell them, hey, I'm an ex-Muslim and I hate Islam, let me play cricket with you. And they say, oh, right, okay, now you can play cricket with us because you are an ex-Muslim and hate Islam. Or when I go to a restaurant, I have to sign a disclaimer at the entrance that I am an ex-Muslim and I hate Islam, please let me eat here. The truth is nobody cares. We do it because we believe in it. We believe that Islam is a hoax perpetrated by a 7th century warlord. This is why we question Islam. And people like us genuinely believe that beliefs in religions like Islam can have serious consequences. I don't have to go in detail about those kind of consequences. The Islamist jihadis who are blowing themselves up. These are the consequences I'm talking about. You are doing it for fame. Yeah. Ever since I started doing videos about Islam or the bullshit in Islam, I have suddenly found myself in the company of famous rock stars of the world. CNN and BBC are lining up to do my interviews. In fact, it's actually quite the opposite. People like us get insults like these on a daily basis. We get abused. But that doesn't deter some of us. We keep going because we genuinely believe that Islam is full of nonsense. and it must be exposed. On a side note, if I really want fame, I already know how I can become really famous, or even more famous than what I already am, if you call that fame. Imagine I make a video tomorrow. After criticizing Islam for a number of years, after making videos against Islam, after writing a book against Islam, I have suddenly found Allah to be the real God. And I'm a Muslim again. You know how much fame I'll get? Every Dawa guy, people like Ali Dawa, or Muhammad Hijab, or the funniest Muslim apologist out of all, Zakir Naik, all of these people will hold interviews, will talk to me, will be like, "Aha, brother, welcome to Islam." And I will get hundreds of thousands of followers on my YouTube channel. But since I'm not doing it for fame, I'm not going to do it. Next one. You are doing it for the money. Same like the fame part. After, criticizing Islam, I'm getting BBC and CNN journalists lining up to do my interview. I am now struggling to count all the money that I'm getting. The Jews are paying me, the Indians are paying me, the Hindu nationalists are paying me, the white supremacists are paying me, everyone is paying me. There's money showering everywhere. It's raining money, help me, whoa. There is no money in this. There's no positive fame in this. There might be some fame in it, but not a lot. At least not something worth doing this for. Again, if you do want to sponsor me, my Patreon is in the description. Moving on. You are doing it because Islam doesn't support your lifestyle like drinking and sex outside of wedlock. I actually know a lot of Muslims who actually drink and have sex outside of wedlock. And to top it all, if I actually was a sex maniac, I can't think of any other religion than Islam to support that kind of lifestyle. Given that I'm a man, if I was a woman, probably would have been a different story. I can have multiple wives, at least 4. I can own multiple sex slaves, like your prophet did. I could go to ISIS-controlled territory, well, not anymore, but maybe a couple of years ago. And I could own multiple Yazidi girls as sex slaves. Imagine that. A lot of actually jihadis from the Western world went to ISIS just for the sex slaves. Imagine that. You have hundreds of sex slaves. You can change them every time you get bored of them. Go in a room, have sex with them. When you get bored of them, throw them away, get a new one. Islam supports that. In fact, your prophet did exactly the same thing. He had multiple sex slaves and he had multiple wives. Next one. You are doing it because you are a homosexual. If I was a woman, they would have said, you're doing it because you're a prostitute. Anyway, just sticking to the accusations leveled at me. I'm doing it because I'm a homosexual. Why? Because I support the rights of homosexuals. It's like, if I support the rights of blacks, I must be a black man. If I support the rights of women, I must be a woman. If I support the rights of a certain minority, I must be a part of that minority. Just think about it, how stupid that claim is. You didn't leave Islam. Islam left you. Again, another very stupid and idiotic statement. It's like saying, you didn't quit smoking. Smoking quit you. You didn't leave Pakistan. Pakistan left you. No, I actually got a visa, jumped on a plane, moved here, took an oath, and swore my allegiance to Australia. I did all of that consciously. This is the kind of a circular logic Muslims invoke every now and then. They just keep going around in circles over and over again when they're exactly saying the same thing. Islam is not a man who left me. Islam is not a person. Islam can't speak for itself. People speak for themselves. So I say I left Islam because, sorry to say, it's full of shit. Next one. You will never find peace of mind without Allah. Yeah, I would never find peace of mind without Allah, right? Just the same way I can't find peace after I realize Superman doesn't exist. I usually tell people that you actually find more peace and a peaceful sleep when you realize there's no monster hidden under your bed. Try it. It might work for you. I sleep like a baby every time I go to bed. I have no worry in the world. And this is exactly how, when you believe that there's no monster in the sky who's gonna punish you for eternity for eating bacon or for having sex outside of wedlock, it's not going to torture you for eternity. When you genuinely believe that this is all bullshit and it's not going to happen, you actually get a very good night's sleep. Try it. Oh, and I just thought of another one. You left Islam so you can become a citizen or get a green card. These idiots don't know there's actually no citizenship or green card offered if you say, I am sorry, I have left Islam. There's no way you can get any citizenship like that. A lot of ex-Muslims actually message me and they say, how can we get out of Pakistan or Bangladesh because we are ex-Muslims and our lives are in danger? You actually can't. Unfortunately, you can't get any citizenship or green card based on that. We are trying to have a special asylum status given to these kind of people, but there's no such thing. And all the ex-Muslims that I know of actually have been citizens of these Western countries long before they actually came out as ex-Muslims. Amin Nawabi, Zara K, myself, Hassan Radwan, Bidu Wids, Abdullah Samir, Abdullah Gondal, all these guys became permanent residents before they came out as ex-Muslims. I became an Australian citizen almost 13 years ago. I became an ex-Muslim about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. That's it for today. Until my next video, may the power of science be with you. If you like this video and want to support my work, please support me on Patreon or follow me on Twitter.